I didn't even have all my stuff on. Yeah, I got to rattle my chains this week. Even though we lost, everybody lost. I don't like it. Oh man. Oh man. It feels so bad. Listen, I gotta go look at something real fast. Because I knew that this was gonna happen. It's this bad. So I'll tell y'all about my tracker leagues that I have, right? So in the tracker league, oh no, I won. Never mind. I barely made it. That's the only place that I won. Usually when I went over there, I lose everywhere else. That's exactly what happened. Oh, it's bad. 65 points in my own league. 109 points in the Olive Garden League. It's not even bitter sweet. It's just bitter. Oh man, Georgia only scored 10 points. Is Ole Miss for real? We gotta play Tennessee. The Falcons lost to the Saints. Oh, I'm just stabbing myself in the heart. Ooh. I checked them standings though. We still in a good spot. Really, in the two leagues that I'm trying to go to the playoffs in, we're really in a good spot. But these losses hurt because I don't like doing that. So I got to come in here. I got to take these. I got to take these shots to the chin, just like I be out here talking my ish when I'm winning and stuff. I got to take these L's when I'm losing. So with that being said, we back, baby. Clap it up for being back one more again. Appreciate you. We 3 minutes in. It's time to get it in. Y'all know where we starting at first. We got to go ahead and hit them platforms. Superstars. And we're going to start on that. Where that boy Joe So Cold. That whole listen. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop right there because I was gonna throw Lamar Jackson up on this side, but I'm gonna stop right there. That whole Thursday night game is so cold. That's why I'm just gonna give him another round of applause. That whole Thursday night game made my day. I ain't got no parts in it. I really didn't. I tried. So this is the part of the year where these things start to hurt. So y'all know the running back for the Cincinnati Bengals is Chase Brown. And a few weeks back, I was like, that might be one of the weaker backfields in the league. Even though I drafted Chase Brown, then I dropped him because he was not being productive at the beginning of the season. And now he is. And I can't get him back. And that's okay. It's because I have a winning record. I know that now. That's okay. We're going to get out the mud in these streets. No big deal. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson were all in that Thursday night special that I'm talking about. That boy Jalen Hurts is back along with that Eagles defense. We're going to talk about that later on. Kyler Murray, one of his up weeks in this thing. All of those people scored at least 30 points. Bijan missed the list by 0.91 or something like that. That boy Bijan is here. He's back. Him and Top 10 Jersey are doing their thing. Appreciate you. Y'all give it up for the Platform Superstars. Platform Superstars on the Sleeper app. On to the old OG special. And look, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. And that boy Bijan snuck up in that thing. You see him right there with 29.4. Appreciate you. Y'all clap it up for the Platform Superstar. They the same. I think they're going to be the same everywhere. Jamar Chase scored 55. Jamar Chase scored 55 points. 55.4 I wish I had the little the drop that the fantasy footballers, shout out to y'all, be having. Like 55, however that should go. But yeah, 55 points. Jamar Chase do this once every year, by the way. Like, let's not act like we didn't know that Jamar Chase was capable of this. He's Jamar Chase, and that boy Joe is cold as ice. I've been telling y'all that since last year. Appreciate you. Those are the platform superstars for the OG special. We will slide over to the old Savvy special, and stop me if you heard this before. Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. That Thursday night game is the platform superstars this week. It is Jamar Chase. It is Joe Burrow. It is Lamar Jackson. And it's Jalen Hurts. And, you know, between Kyler Murray and Bijan, over in the OG special, it was Bijan. Over in the sleeper app, it was Kyler Murray followed by Bijan. It's Bijan followed by Kyler over here. And then it's Kyler followed by Bijan in the Savvy special. Y'all give it up one more again for the platform superstars in all the leagues. Now we got to talk about these losses. I'm really... Everybody lost. Everybody lost. I hate it. But we got to get into it. So, I'm going to try not to fly through it because I hate it. Don't like losing. And in weeks like this where you have to talk about losing, that's okay. We're going to find some upside in here somewhere. So let's go ahead and slide to the... That is the Sleeper app. If you're new to the podcast, that is my way of letting you know we are going to there, where my opponent scored 183.73 points without starting a defensive tackle because Will Anderson was out this week. But we have upside. That boy Puka is back. Juwan Jennings is here. And, you know, my little pieces had a down week. Jared Verse. Let's wait. First of all, I think I showed y'all the score already, but I'll put it up there one more time. 113.29 is what I scored. Let's throw his lineup up first. Bang. Appreciate you. Jalen Hurts. We just talked about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a platform superstar this week. He is in the top 5 on every platform this week. So that'll be a good contributor to 183 points. DeAndre Swift had a down week. He did not score a touchdown. Otherwise, he would have been right there about 13, 14 points like he normally been scoring lately. I want to say he top 15. Yes, with DeAndre Swift, top 15. James Conner. Let's talk about the fact that James Conner is top. Let's talk about the fact that James Conner is top 10 in fantasy. Never gets drafted to be top 10 in fantasy. Always ends up being top 10 in fantasy. I gotta do better. He was on my radar for my second round pick, but I picked Puka instead in one of my other leagues. I went straight value in the OG special. That's how I got such a great lineup. And I really didn't know what I was doing in this draft, but that's another story for another day. Cortland Sutton. Appreciate ya. The Sun God. Jesus. He had Cortland Sutton, Amon St. Brown, Ricky Pearsall. Why did I not know? I guess I wasn't really looking. I just expected to lose. And he had Travis Kelce and George Kittle. Yeah, problems and situations. You could score 180 points with them. 6 receptions, 70 yards, and a tutty. Cortland Sutton is every week startable at this point. I believe that to be true. So I think I'm going to do that from now on. And I'll fight with those other positions because he's scoring. He double digits every week. Him and Terry McLaurin. Like, Cortland Sutton and Terry McLaurin are wide receiver ones. I just need y'all to write that down. The Sun God, doing Sun God things. We will get more into the Sun God when we go into the OG special because he helped me get over 100 points. Appreciate that. Amon St. Brown, 6 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown, plus a tackle. That'll give you 19 points. Appreciate you. But the redraft league doesn't count tackles. This one does. Ricky Pearsall. You know we got to give it up when football players go through gangster stuff. I think that boy got shot or something like that in a robbery attempt. All he did was come back and get 4 catches for 73 yards and a tutty against that Tampa Bay Buccaneers terrible secondary of a defense. But it was a long tutty, and he broke a tackle to get into the end zone. Appreciate that, Ricky Pearsall. Travis Kelce. Your boy is back. Welcome back to the party. 8 for 64 and a tutty. That's 20 fantasy points for that boy. George Kittle has been here all year. Appreciate that. Still doing George Kittle things. Wan'Dale Robinson is a PPR machine. That is a great flex play. That makes him a wide receiver 4. And 10 points from your wide receiver 4 is not bad. So appreciate that. Wan'Dale Robinson. Look at Will Anderson. Out. No points. Still almost scored 200. Jordan Brooks. Appreciate that. Jordan Brooks. 11 tackles. 9.5 fantasy points. Let me see how it broke down. That's not what I want. Go back. They always do this to me. I want to see this. Slide down there. That's not what I want. They're killing me. It's okay. It's alright. Right here. Where you at? Right here. Click. There we go. 6 solo tackles, 5 assisted tackles, and 1 tackle for loss. That's how we got there. Appreciate you. Brian Branch, 10 look at this boy. Look at this boy. Let's go through it. 2 passes defended. Hit the quarterback 1 time. 4 assisted tackles. 1 tackle for loss. 6 solo tackles. What a great draft pick by y'all, Detroit. What a great draft pick by y'all. That is beautiful. To equal 183.73 points. To equal butt kicking. To equal I lost again. But that's okay because we're rebuilding over here. On to my side, I started the wrong quarterback. I have been doing that consistently over here. I got to do better. I like Kirk Cousins is near and dear to my heart because of the Kyle Pitts stack. But Russell Wilson's outperforming him. Appreciate that. Saquon had a down day because he didn't score a touchdown. Otherwise, we would be having a different conversation about Saquon. Nice little plug and play for Ty Johnson. I'll take those 6 points in the running back spot because that's more than I normally get there. Appreciate you. Puka. Appreciate that. Puka Nakua doing Puka stuff. Y'all clap it up for Puka Nakua being back in this. Appreciate you, Puka. Juwan Jennings doing Juwan Jennings things. 11 targets. 11 targets. Ricky Pearsall only has 6 targets. They scored a touchdown. Juwan Jennings had 11 targets. So opportunities matter. Xavier Worthy has been letting me down. He's just going to slide down further and further down the wide receiver list. That means Xavier Legette going to be my wide receiver 3 now. Bryce Young is not looking too bad. They did pick up 2 wins in a row over there in Carolina. So, not that I care about that, you know. I want to say we already beat them twice. But, whatever. The Saints loss was our first loss in the division. And I think we got one more division game. It is against Carolina. Nope, we still got to play them one more time. So, watch out for that. Kyle Pitts, appreciate you. Cool 9.5, 6 targets. We like those. Xavier Legette, 4 targets. Bryce Young, get warmed up. We'll wait for you. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Will Levis is back. Calvin Ridley is doing his thing. The Chargers have a great pass defense, but Calvin Ridley went off, so they don't let too many people go off against them. So, understandable there. Matchups will be better in the future. That's why you're here. Jared Verse. Shout out to you, the savvy one. That is me, by the way, for drafting that young man, because this is what you drafted him for. And this league said they won't trade. They will not trade defensive players really all that much. So I'm gonna keep Nick Bosa on the bench. I finally caught Jared Verse on a good week. Appreciate that. Sack, forced fumble recovery. Appreciate you. Hit the quarterback. Appreciate you. That boy is doing his thing. Old Bobby Wag, three solo, 4 assisted equals 5 points. Appreciate you. And Nick Cross. Look at Nick Cross with 12 tackles. Look at Nick Cross with 12 tackles. That was great waiver wire management by you, the savvy one. That's me. 7 solo tackles, 5 assisted tackles, and a tackle for loss. Appreciate you. That boy is doing his thing out there. And never mind the fact that, what is his name? Cooper DeJean is seeing the field now. So I think I might have the defensive players locked up on accident. I finally got that worked out. I just need to get a linebacker that's a little bit younger, and then we'll be good on defense. Jared Verse, locked in. That's a rookie. Nick Cross, second-year player. Cooper DeJean down there, second-year rookie. Johnny Wilson caught a touchdown this week from Jalen Hurts, rookie. He just made me get over them drop problems. As a matter of fact, if you can be a wide receiver 3 in that offense, especially Jalen Hurts, and they run the ball so good, man. Like, if they ever get, and their defense is playing better, Quinyon, my bad. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, man, got the Eagles defense looking good. Anyways, to equal 113.29. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do right here? I'm gonna switch it up. Trade deadlines this week. You will not be able to make or accept any trades after following this week's game. Okay, cool. We'll get back to that. The app just told me that. It looks like my battery is about to die, so I'm going to pause right now. And when I come back, we will go into that OG special and the Savvy Dabby Doop for you boo boop. Appreciate that. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Baby, because I know I didn't do it. So I'm going to do it right there. Appreciate you. That's my stuff. Leave me alone. Appreciate that. And let's go ahead and jump right into that. Y'all see me. You see me. Where I don't like it. I can't believe that I don't get to talk about a win this week. But we are optimistic. I lost to Computer Willie, and I lost to not Computer Willie in the Olive Garden special. 125.94 to 109.46. We are going to talk about it. How did this happen? Oh, yeah, Brian Thomas Jr. didn't pull up to the party. I guess Kyron Williams kind of didn't either. But it looks like everybody else mostly pulled up to the party. Yeah. But I'm 10 points under my projection. Yeah, it's Brian Thomas Jr. -9 and Kyron Williams -8. That's what happened. Throw that thing up. Damn, appreciate you. Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes did Patrick Mahomes things. But he's still a QB2 this year. So, write that down. J.K. Dobbins, I think J.K. Dobbins is about to get better because Gus Edwards is back and they can focus more on, I ain't going to say Gus Edwards is going to get more of the carries, but J.K. Dobbins will have room to rest to be able to get those targets. So, cool, -8.5 this week because, you know, they put Gus Edwards back in the offense. Appreciate that. Bijan. I don't care who team Bijan on. Bijan do good. I'm going to celebrate because he played for the Falcons. Appreciate that. George Pickens. Golf clap, George Pickens. You see it. Appreciate you. Led McConkey. We got George Pickens. And you would think, you know, I just looked at that, Willie, my Gator loving friend. You got George Pickens and Lad McConkey on the same team, right, my boy? And you starting them. I love that for you. You go, Willie. But y'all clap it up for Willie starting two dogs without no bias and getting wins and stuff. Appreciate that, Willie. Lad McConkey did not have a good day at the office because, once again, Quentin Johnston. Appreciate you. We'll get to that. I didn't start him. Boo. I don't have a boo button, but I do have a button. Appreciate that. Cade Otton. That San Francisco defense was not having that Cade Otton problem. Appreciate that. They realized that Cade Otton was the best receiver on the team. They didn't let that boy go off like he normally do. But he still got 8 fantasy points. Najee Harris, I would say 11 points as pedestrian against that Commanders defense, which is better than people want to give it credit for. Even though they gave up 28 points to Russell Wilson, who can throw the prettiest deep ball in the NFL, I think. Appreciate that. That Vikings defense, which we already knew was a problem, except they gave up a lot of passing yards, but not till the end of the game. It just go like that. Trevor Lawrence did not play. They started Mac Jones. Yes, Mac Jones. And the Vikings defense said, appreciate that. 15 points. Yep. And kickers be kicking. That is Dicker the kicker with a cool 9 fantasy points for that boy to equal 125.94 on his side. On to my side, that boy Justin Herbert continues to climb the charts. He is officially in the top 20 after being hurt and not being very good to start the year. Appreciate that. Justin Herbert had a rushing touchdown, which doesn't affect anybody except Justin Herbert. So we'll take that. That was against the Titans, by the way, which is a decent defense. Those matchups get better. I think Justin Herbert might be the starter for me for the rest of the year over here. Appreciate that. Kyron Williams was surprisingly shut down by that Miami defense. The Rams got shut down by Miami on Monday night. Tyrone Tracy, appreciate you. I feel bad for that young man because he had the fumble that lost them the game in overtime. Otherwise, he might have had more fantasy. Well, he definitely would have had more fantasy points because he would have had not a fumble, and they probably would have won. So tough day at the office overall, but I take them 15. Appreciate you. Top 10 Drizzy. Hip pointer, where? We don't care. Top 10 Drizzy is here. Appreciate that. Brian Thomas Jr., Mac Jones. I'm just going to say Mac Jones. So I'm not starting Brian Thomas Jr. until Trevor Lawrence comes back. And if Trevor Lawrence don't come back, then I'll never start Brian Thomas Jr. Because Drake London and Amon-Ra St. Brown, who I'll get to in just a second, they give me 35 to 40 points between the two of them on average every week. TJ Hawkinson. Welcome back, Mr. Hawkinstance. Appreciate you. Cool 15. He didn't even score a touchdown. Did not even score a touchdown. That's okay. I will take them 15. Appreciate that. The Sun God. We were just talking about this. See how he got 18 over here, but then he had 19 because we don't count tackles over here. 6 and 60 something and a touchdown to get you a cool 18 for the team. Appreciate that. Amon-Ra. I did not expect the Broncos defense to be spectacular, but I also did expect them to hold their own against that Kansas City Chiefs offense, and that is what they did. So appreciate that. We'll take them 5. And once again, kickers be kicking. Chris Boswell didn't attempt any field goals. It was all extra points. And you'll have weeks like that where the offense doesn't hold you. You score touchdowns on top of touchdowns. So to equal 109.46, and that's 2 losses in a row over here. I don't like that. But I just checked my lineups, and it's going to get better. We'll talk about it. Even though those projections are low across, like, half of the teams have projections way, way up, and then the other half of the team have projections way, way down. It's weird. Like, all of a sudden, because of the way people are scoring, some of these teams are really, really top heavy. 109.46 equals 2 losses in a row. Now I'm 7-3. I need to get a win before I lose my top spot, because it's by scoring and not by wins and losses over here. Plus, I lost to him, and he's third in the division now. The guy that's second I beat, but he's scoring a lot of points. So I need to start scoring some points. It's making me nervous. I went through this last year. But 7-3, and on out of here into the appreciate you. Where it was even more ugly than than on the OG side, because Sam Darnold, you suck this week. Anyways, but yeah, I think my highest point score was 13.6, and that was Rashad White. We're going to talk about it. There were a lot of bad performances on my roster this week. Yes. So, y'all see this ugly score, 74.0 to 65.7. At least I got within 10. Thank you, Puka Nacua, for getting your projection. I wish you could have got a touchdown. You didn't. Let's throw that thing up there. Bam. Shout out to K Money. She literally just tried to call me while I was filming this, and I can't because I'm filming this. So I will chat with her on the flip side of the filming. But first, I'm going to talk about her on the internet. Kirk Cousins also had a pedestrian day. Not even. It was pretty bad. For some reason, he can't play well against teams not named Tampa Bay. So far, that is still holding true. And I'm in Dallas, but Dallas is not. The Dallas Cowboy fans, y'all not it this year. Ain't no Super Bowl this year. DeAndre Swift also had a down week because that Patriots defense is better than. Here we go with this defense stuff again. The Patriots are still doing this. Like, there's one thing that holds true over there, is they play pretty good defense in the second half of the football season, pretty much all the time. Chase Brown, I talked about him earlier. He went off a cool 15.2 over here. Appreciate that. The Chicago Bears offense is looking a little shingy, except for DeAndre Swift. Appreciate you. So DJ Moore is not in sync with Caleb Williams. That's what I got. Caleb Williams. Yes. The Kirk Cousins Darnell Mooney stack would work if Kirk Cousins was doing his part. He wasn't. So Darnell Mooney only got 9.5 fantasy points over here. But Travis Kelce went off for a cool 12. And Ramondre Stevenson, she only scored 74. So it wasn't like my team was really bad this week. Like, because I don't think that her team was really good either. But it was better than mine. You know, sometimes you have a better down week than your opponent. So that's what happened. The Colts defense against the Bills, 3. They were projected 3.3 and they got 3. So right around their projection. And kickers be kicking. There is Dicker, the kicker. Again, he be kicking with that same cool 9 fantasy points to equal 74. I wish I had a button where I could just boo. I wish I could. Because Sam Darnold. Jacksonville is the worst defense in the NFL against quarterbacks in fantasy. Let me say it again. The Jacksonville Jaguars probably not anymore. I got to go look. Were the worst defense in the NFL against quarterbacks. And Sam Darnold scored 3.1 fantasy points. Sam Darnold threw 3 interceptions against the worst defense against quarterbacks in fantasy. The worst. It was the best happenstance matchup play that I've ever had. The quarterback that I drafted goes on bye week 10. In week 10, the quarterback that I have to back him up plays the worst defense against his position. It was beautiful. And you want to talk about, I can't wait to get to the poopy dupes, because I'm going to say Sam Darnold name 72 times. You burnt me this week, because all I needed was a decent, competent performance. All I needed was Daniel Jones out of you. That's all I needed. 14 fantasy points. Nothing. Almost nothing. Thanks, Sam Darnold. You ruined it for me. Breece Hall. That Arizona defense is sometimes show or upper. Matter of fact, they on my radar. That Cardinals defense for later on in the year. But Breece Hall still almost got 10 fantasy points in this strict scoring system over here. Appreciate that. I'm still rocking with you, my boy. You know you ain't going nowhere. I appreciate you. Neither is J.K. Dobbins, even though that Tennessee defense kind of held him in check a little bit. Really, they didn't. Justin Herbert scored on the ground. That's what happened. In better matchups, he will have better results. Puka Nacua is back. 9.8 projected. 9.9 approved. Appreciate you. Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy. Appreciate you. Kyle Pitts is still a top 5 tight end, in my opinion. 5.9 projected, 5.4 approved. So we are right around where we need to be with that. Until Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft get better chemistry, I will continue to start Kyle Pitts until he go on by in week 12. Rashad White, I think he goes on by this week, but pulling up to the party, I was skeptical about starting you, but you are getting too much work to be on the bench. So you are in the lineup until further notice. Also, probably got to find a way to squeeze Courtland Sutton in the lineup, because we're going to do this one more time for Courtland Sutton, even though he's not in the lineup currently. Him and Bo Nix got a connection, because if it worked against that Kansas City pass defense, it'll work against anybody. So that is the confidence that I have in Courtland Sutton from now on. I think that Terry McLaurin and Courtland Sutton have the same bye week. That sucks. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. It is only week 11. That Giants defense did not pull up to the part. I mean, they did, but, they gave up some stuff for fantasy points. And kickers be kicking, except Youngway don't be kicking like that. He missed 3 field goals Monday. Sunday. What am I doing? Sheesh. He missed 3 field goals. Kickers do not be kicking like that, especially when they're named Youngway. So he had a bad day. It hurt, because 2 of those are 50-yarders. He hit 2 of them. If he hits 2 of those, that's a 12-point swing, and I win. If Sam Darnold throws if one of those interceptions is a touchdown, I win. Yeah. So, it was that close. And it's okay. It happens. 65 points. That is crazy. 65.7. I am going to squeeze those. That makes me 5-5. It's pretty bundled up. It's pretty bundled up in the Savvy League right now, between the 3 seed and the 10 seed, 2 games. So I want to say the 3 seed is 7-3, and the 10 seed is 4-6, something like that. Yeah, everybody in the league has at least 2 wins now, and 2 losses. So the whole league's within 6 games of each other, and it is week 11. Enough people lose in a row, and you never know what can happen. And in my league, it's by who you beat. So it is not by points. It is by matchups, because that's what the NFL does. We are playing NFL fantasy, and you know how they do tiebreakers in the NFL? Who beat who by how much they beat them by. not who scored the most points. I hate that about fantasy. It's one of my least favorite things. I think I've talked about it before. But anyway, 74 to 65.7. Puka, I had faith in you, but not 20-point faith. Things will be better in the future. But we are 5-5. Right now, we're still in the playoffs. I don't need to have a winning record. Or I do need to have a winning record because it's starting to get jumbled up over here. But I don't need to be the 1 seed because 1 seeds never win the title. Except last year when Jen did it. I think that might be the first time that it was 1 versus 2 in the championship. Yeah. But anyways, lineups real fast. That would be the, since we're in the savvy, we will go here, throw it up. Bam, appreciate you. Jordan Love is back, so he will be in the lineup. I will probably make a move on defense because it will be against the worst defense in the league that Kirk Cousins decides to show up and score 40 fantasy points. So I might put Denver on the bench and put somebody else. Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, Puka, Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin has a low projection because the Eagles are balling on defense right now. But he top 5. You don't sit top 5. Kyle Pitts, Cortland Sutton, you see it. I told you the Broncos defense might be different, and that boy Youngway do not come up the lineup until he go on by. But he's droppable now, so we'll say that. After missing 3 field goals, kickers literally just be kicking. So when you miss 3 field goals, you fall out of that range of people who I can't get rid of. Like, you're not going on the bench, you're going on the waivers. On to that OG special. Bam. Appreciate you. Justin Herbert, Karen Williams, Justice Hill. Appreciate that. Sliding him in for that Pittsburgh game because I think they might have to throw a little bit more in that game. The Sun God. Drizzy is sitting down because I do not trust nobody against Pat Surtain. Cedric Tillman against the Saints. That boy T.J. Hawkinson and Quentin Johnson for the Justin Herbert stack. I'm not missing that stack again. I think I'm going to do that from now on, and I'll fight with the other stuff. I may also make a defensive move over here because I want those points, and there's a couple of defenses out there that have nice matchups. That boy Boswell staying in the lineup. Not coming out ever again. Appreciate that. And on to the... Let's see. Kirk Cousins, Saquon, Ty Johnson. I'm keeping him in there. Puka, Jawan Jennings, Xavier Worthy is going to move down. Xavier Legette is going to move up. Nick Westbrook-Akine will stay. Jared Verse, Bobby Wagner, Nick Cross. I think Jared Verse is stuck in the lineup now. We'll rock with that until further notice. It is time for that last break, and then we will come back with pooped in his pants and that rant. I don't even know what it's going to be about because I haven't even thought about it yet, but I got a couple of them. So y'all stay tuned, and we will be right back. Appreciate y'all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to jump right into that. How many of y'all don't like it when I put a big turd on the screen behind me? It's a big turd, ain't it? I know. It's an angry turd, too. You ever heard of Angry Birds? Angry turd. There it is. Appreciate that. Y'all know how I do this. I don't make a list. I slide through. So we're going to start with Kyron Williams and Brian Thomas Jr. and Ladd McConkey, 2 catches, 52 yards. Didn't pull up to the party. J.K. Dobbins, 50 yards. Had a couple catches probably too. Yeah. 5 receiving yards and 3 catches. Not outstanding. Xavier Worthy, not good. Rome Odunze, not good. Did Michael Pittman play? Did not record any stats. He didn't play. I don't think he played. Yeah, he didn't play. It doesn't count. Jared Goff, 5 interceptions. Appreciate that. They still won, though. Isn't that disturbing? You guys see how good the Lions are? Jared Goff can throw 5 interceptions and they still win. That is unsettling. Zay Flowers, once again, not pulling up to the party. Nico didn't play. Somebody tried to start Nico. It almost worked. We lost by 6. That's unfortunate. And also, you didn't have the points anywhere else. So, yeah. Justin Tucker did not kick any field goals on the extra points. That doesn't count. Dalton Kincaid didn't pull up to the party. Raheem Mostert, I don't know if he'll ever pull back up to the party. Xavier Legette didn't pull up to the party. Caleb Williams did not pull up to the party. CJ Stroud also didn't pull up to the party. Less than 10 points again. How many times in a row is that? It's not. It is 3 of the last 4 games, and the one game where it wasn't, it was only 11 points. There it is. We'll get back to that. I got it. Bing, put a pin in it. We'll come back to it. Tank Dell, 8 points. Jalen Waddle, 8 points. Gabe Davis, not pulling up to the party. Mr. Mike Gesicki, Mr. Ugly the Gritty himself, did not pull up to the party this week, even though T. Higgins didn't play. Let's see. Because that was the Jamar Chase show, if you know what I mean. Tua didn't pull up to the party. Neither did Matt Stafford. Neither one of them scored 10 fantasy points. Appreciate that. Jaden Daniels had his first single digit. Is it his first one? His second one. He got hurt against Carolina. So it's his first single digit fantasy point output where he played the whole game. Did not pull up to the party. Devontae Adams did not pull up to the party. DJ Moore, the Bears offense, except DeAndre Swift. Javonte Williams ran into that Kansas City #1 ranked rushing defense. So I wouldn't even put him in the lineup. Also, Audric Estime is back. So keep your ears peeled for that. Appreciate you. Jordan Addison, 4.9 fantasy points. Appreciate you. Young Wei Koo. Kickers were not kicking how they were supposed to be kicking yesterday. What's the kicker name for the 49ers? Jake Moody? Not a good day at the office, even though he had a game winner. CeeDee Lamb did not pull up to the party. Anybody who has Russell Wilson needs to be starting Russell Wilson. Appreciate you. I'm one of those. It's me. It is me. I'm one of those. Baker Mayfield, less than 10 fantasy points. I want to say this is only the second time that happened this year. The other time was against that Denver Broncos defense. So, he hasn't really played a defense that good. Or the Lions. But he scored 18 points on the Lions. He did not score 18 points on the Broncos, though. Appreciate that. He had a rushing touchdown against the Lions. You can't run on Denver. Or you can run on Denver, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. Baker Mayfield did not pull up to the party like he normally does. And so here we are. Even DeAndre Swift got shut down yesterday. Only 7.5 fantasy points in your standard PPR scoring. Jahmyr Gibbs only had 12 fantasy points. That was Deontay Johnson. Needs to be on the bench until further notice. Jonnu did all right. That Jets defense, terrible. That Jets defense was terrible. Yeah, Jake Bates. Jake Bates had all his kicks. Appreciate that, Jake Bates. Harrison Butker had all his kicks. Appreciate that, Harrison Butker. Aaron Rodgers did not pull up to the party. Has not been very good this year. Just saying. Who else? One more. Slide on through. Sam Darnold. Oh, my Lord, Sam Darnold. Boo, Sam Darnold. Never mind it. Just a friend group thing. Did Jalen McMillan play? Active but didn't log any snaps. That's unfortunate. Good thing that didn't cost you the victory, my boy Christopher. Because Trenton's team is not pulling up to the party for that young man. Yeah, even I would beat him this week. 78, 77, yeah, see, 82. Like, some of these scores are just really low. And then you got 158 out of nowhere. But everything else is 125, 121, 127, 124, you know. Yeah, it's weird. As low as 70 something, 77, as high as 158 points. Crazy week. It is a crazy week. K. Dotton got a little bit shut down. We already talked about Xavier Worthy. Back here. I'm just looking. The Jaguars' run game, non-existent. Because they don't have a quarterback. So there you go. Welcome back, Gus Edwards. Appreciate you. All right. That is all that I can think of for the people that did not pull up to the party who normally do. And now we will rant. More things that we saw coming. So I just scrolled through here and I looked at all these teams or whatever. And CJ Stroud. He's in a sophomore slump. Right. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I didn't see that coming, because I definitely said something about it earlier in the season. It was like, it's not that we didn't expect CJ Stroud to be good. It's that he was really good last year. Like, really, really good last year. Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is back. And we're going to clap it up for Justin Herbert one more time. He's officially in the top 20. So I think he's on his way up. And that in turn is going to make people around him better, because we may have forgotten who Justin Herbert is. He had an off year last year and he had a down to start this year. But he might be one of the key pieces that carry us through an OG special. And I'm glad I got somebody to stack with him, because I expected him to be exactly what he's turning into. And that is what he's turning into. Drake London. Top 10 Drizzy. Matter of fact, is he top? Yeah, it's still number 4. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is number 6. Appreciate that. That's all I need. I need those two in the lineup. Kyron Williams in the lineup. Justin Herbert in the lineup. And everybody else can be upside for that league. Because, thank you, Justin Herbert. I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I got no more people to add to that. I'm trying to think. I'm sifting through in my brain, like, something that happened that we, Bijan Robinson. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. And I'm kind of tripping that this didn't come to my head earlier, because I'm a Falcons fan. That whole Falcons offense. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is up and down. He's 36. He's old. He's Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has been doing this type of Kirk Cousins stuff his whole entire career. He has the talent to move an offense and make the pieces good. But he's still like borderline quarterback 1, high-end QB 2. But that offense gets because I know where everybody's at. Bijan, number 3 in fantasy. Drake London, number 4 in fantasy. I'll do one better. Darnell Mooney, number 8 in fantasy. That's 3 pieces out that offense that are top 10 in fantasy. We got 2 top 10 wide receivers in our offense right now, with Kirk Cousins being mediocre. Bijan top 5, Drizzy top 5, Mooney top 10. Kyle Pitts top 10. Even though tight end's a different situation. Those are all top 10 players at their positions for the Falcons offense. That's what Kirk Cousins can do. Like, he don't got to be great. And like I said, I don't expect us to go to the Super Bowl. But as far as fantasy goes, I got pieces of this offense in every league that I'm in. Because I knew that he would bring this to the table. So a little bit of competency can take you a long way. Already we got 6 wins. We only had 7 wins last year. It's week 11. A little bit of competency. We ain't blowing the world away. Our defense is not very good. We look like the year before we turned juggernaut, where we couldn't stop nobody. So we was getting outscored. By the end of the juggernaut year, the end of the year we went to the Super Bowl, we were stopping people on defense a little bit. Thank you, Gus Bradley. But yeah, I will stop ranting there. Good luck to all of the people in the leagues, except the opponents, because you are the ops. I say that every week, but nah, like for real. Good luck to everybody. We're gonna try and get this thing going and hold it together the best we can. The end of the regular season is coming. Fantasy regular season is coming. We are still looking decent. So I love you guys. I appreciate you for pulling up to the party. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.